And we are right into it yet again. Game number 2 of the matchup between Tic Tac Tilt and Squid's Wards. My name is Stretch, and joining me today is TheSavedOne. Saved, how you feeling about the series so far?
Honestly, I love Twitch chat. This is really funny just to like alt tab and just see all this copy pasta. Because you usually don't see that when we play these games. We usually just see like these very serious comments, and all of a sudden we see copy pasta. Like
yeah, that. You know what? Copy pasta is when you know you've made it. Even though you know it's only 4 degenerates, it could be more. It looks like it's more. I mean, they're working overtime over there. It looks great.
Sure. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'd hang this Twitch chat up on my fridge.
Yeah, I like it.
I'd do it. But anyway, we're already into the bans here. Darius banned away by Tic Tac Tilt against Squid's Wards. Squid Wards banning away the Shen and the Kled from Tic Tac Tilt.
Yep, same bans as last time right now. Very cookie cutter. Darius, Zillion, Kled, Shen. Same thing as last time. Nothing really different. But the thing I really do want to see is how does Squid's Wards change up their comp? What was the problem? Was it a communication issue, or was it actually something in their comp?
Yeah, we'll see what it is that they need to fix up here. They had that huge slip up where Hey K got those 4 kills. Maybe it could have been a completely different story, and I imagine it would be if that didn't occur, even with the Caitlyn Braum matchup in the bottom lane. But we'll see how it ends up going as Squid's Wards snatch up Caitlyn immediately.
Yeah, it was a really good pick played by Hey K there in the last draft. Now the thing is, we were saying how you need to ban it out. Just take it off of the board. It's just, you know, it's way too strong of a champion. But if you take out the Brahma and then first pick the Caitlyn, absolutely beautiful. Now, the Fizz hover. Ooh, it got locked in.
Oh man, the Hackney Fizz. Twitch chat.
Freak out.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, whoa. Hackney Fizz, here we go, boys. But that being said, though, is it that good? He's got the tag, so I guess we're about to see if it lives up to the hype. Dullahan picking up the Alawi for LeBlue Girl, so it looks like these guys are getting some of their favorite picks straight out of the gate.
Yeah, a Fizz main, obviously there in the mid lane, as well as LeBlue Girl being very, very known for that Kled and the Alawi in the top lane. You also love Alawi, so we're going to be seeing that matchup here in this game. One pick that we haven't seen, though, is the Rise. It's not going to be picked, though, so I was just gonna go over the different jungle picks. What the heck that could have been? Okay, just
wait a minute. What?
I'm done.
No,
Keep going,
say it, dude. You're the analyst. You got something. No, I feel like you got something to say.
I had something to say. I was gonna be like, what are the different jungle picks that could have been picked here? Rise is a garbage champion. I was literally gonna say Rise is not a good pick here, man. And there's a lot of different jungle champions that could be picked. But it was literally Rek'Sai got locked in and Rise just got picked immediately. Yeah.
Oh man, a hard life for the save.
My whole entire analytics speech just got chopped with 2 picks.
It's like, wow, they could be going for anything. Oh no, nope. That's just Rek'Sai. Nope. I don't think Rise is. No, they go for Rise. Okay, well.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just leave now. It's okay.
Yeah. Rakan, the last pick up here for the first set of picks for Tic Tac Tilt. Huge impact available for these guys in the bottom lane with that lock-in.
Oh yeah, Rakan is like just top tier support right now just because he can get into a fight, and we've also seen different Rakans do different things. So if he has a Xayah on his team, I've heard that he can come in from like 3 screens away. Like, it's insane the amount of range that Rakan can output. But also just Rakan alone without the Xayah is absolutely beautiful. Just because he can E, W, and it's just so quick. You can also do the, I think it's like the alt flash and then W. Something like that. It's a crazy combo that you can output. Also, if you pair it with the Kalista, you can just throw him in.
That's very true. The knockup combined with the quickness means that these guys are going to be hard-pressed to avoid that ultimate combo, and honestly, it solves a lot of the issues that the team comp was having in the very beginning. They have huge engage for the Alawi and a decent amount of lockdown with that taunt, or I'm sorry, that charm, to let LeBlue Girl get into the middle of the team. So I like that combination they put together here.
Yeah, and I also really like the comp coming out of Tic Tac right now, just because you have a lot of AoE and you also have a lot of team fight. They're staying very cookie cutter. They're not going for any complicated single target things. They did it in the last game, but this game they have this cookie cutter siege against a tower team fight style comp that you can also pick people off with. So I really like this team, but the thing is, I kinda don't like Squid Ward's comp just because of the Rise pick. I just don't think that he's strong right now. Even Zyra, even though she's like this aggressive support, I feel like utility supports are just 10 times better right now. If you can just heal your ADC, and then just support them in that sense, then that's just beautiful.
I think that at least from a personal standpoint, support picks that are meant to heal, shield, and peel are always better than ones that are meant to do damage. In my book, because they just always have the potential to help different aspects of the team. Whereas if you pick a Zyra, it's you better land that clutch root or ultimate, or your team's going to get absolutely obliterated. So that's at least my personal opinion on that. Once again, I'm not like a professional support player or anything, so you take it with a grain of salt. You know, take it with an entire shaker of salt. But I don't. But either way, I think that because damage on your carries typically is multiplicative, and if you want to have huge damage coming out of a support, you need like 1 or 2 items for you to really feel that. It's just too hard for you to get to that point. And also, the support items right now are absolutely busted. Are you kidding me? even after some of the nerfs, like lock it, and redemption are still absolutely ridiculous for your team. It's so good.
I don't understand, man, but we're not talking about how stupid support items right now. We're talking about these two teams. Let's get into it.
Yeah, you know what? Let's get into these two teams. You're right. So on the side of Squid's wards, we're starting with the blue side here. Fiora, Rek'Sai, Ryze, Caitlyn, Zyra. You've already mentioned that you don't like that Ryze pick right now. But what can they sort of do to use that Ryze to the maximum potential, since they have it on their team?
It's a lot of single target. Like I like the single target that this team can put out, just because you have a Ryze root, the Rek'Sai can knock up one person, Fiora is there with her single target ultimate. You also have a Caitlyn that has a lot of single target damage with her traps and then the zoning. But then Zyra is also there for that AoE style presence, so that once the team fights really do come, she can flash into a team and then knock some people up with her ultimate and output a lot of damage. But I don't know, like I'm just looking over at Tic Tacs and it's just like 10 times better, just because of how simple it is, and just like the amount of burst damage that is coming out of this team.
Yeah, there's a lot of burst here, and it's, I guess, really centralized on the Hackney Fizz pick, and we'll see once again if that's really something to write home about. But you also have the Alawi with a lot of zone pressure, so there's a lot of just areas in team fights that you're going to be scared to move with the Fizz ultimate on the ground if it doesn't actually connect to somebody. And then the Alawi, you don't want to be anywhere in that radius, but how do these guys really get themselves to that point? They need to be successful in the early game, and what are some of the things that they can do to make sure that they get the gold they need to really start snowballing? Because this comp definitely needs to be ahead early.
The key word that you just said there was early game. Now, the thing is, when you're thinking about a jungler that can get around in the early game, and that's an AD champion, your ideal pick is Lee Sin, just because of how easily Lee Sin can clear the jungle. He has AoE, he's got single target damage, and he has a sustain with his W. So if he can just go the 3 buff where it's blue wolves and then red buff, and then he can easily gank that top lane. He can get Alawi ahead just by the sheer scaling of that. But then you also can think, well, I can gank the mid lane, and you can gank the mid lane just because of how immobile Ryze is. But the thing that Ryze has is a little bit of a root, so you have to kind of watch out for that. But Lee Sin, he has to get around in this early game. He has to get the champions on his team snowballing, especially the Fizz, especially the Kalista. Once that happens, this team's just gonna pop off.
And really quick, with the last couple of seconds, and we'll talk into the loading screen just a little bit here, since the loading times are so short. Tic Tac Tilt has a very short range composition here. You've got your Kalista, who's almost half the range of a Caitlyn. What do these guys need to do in the later stages of the game, assuming that they don't have an enormous lead where they can just be diving people all the time? How do they get these structures taken away from the enemy?
Yeah, and when you think about a comp, you have to think of these questions where it's like, how are you going to get in there? You have a short-range team, but how are you going to get in there? And the one answer for that was the Kalista Rakan, because you can throw the Rakan into the enemy team. He can charm a couple of people up, which gives enough time for Alawi to get in there. It allows Fizz to even get in there, use his backflip in a sense. You can also see the Alawi where she can either run into the enemy team, or she can flash into the enemy team and use her ultimate. But in order to get into the team initially, you really do need Kalista to maybe even frontline for just about a second, and then she can back up, and then you have the Rakan to go in, get out. And that's what Rakan is really good at doing, where you go into the team fight, you knock some people up, you use your charm, and then you can easily get out of the team fight using your E.
That being said, loading screen is already finished. Did Riot change something? Is it just the natural progression of people's technology getting better, or did they change something on the back end to make these loading screens literally last 10, 15 seconds? Because it is quick.
I don't know. I think that they may or may not have shortened the delay. Maybe.
I mean, we still waited the full 3 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then the loading screen just took like 10 seconds. It was nothing.
Huh.
Maybe it's just because we're in an organized league and everyone wants to, not mess up, so they all have pretty decent computers that can load the game.
I think that little blue girl's got a crap computer.
Oh, really?
Sorry, buddy.
Dang, that's unlucky.
I don't know. I've heard that their internet isn't the best.
Gotcha.
But they're still platinum.
I mean, yeah, it's true. Maybe it's like the Piccolo effect, They're like super strong, but they wear the super heavy armor. And then when they take it off, they reach their maximum potential. So they play on the crappy computer right now, 10 FPS, 200 ping, and then they get the good computer, and suddenly they're challenger instantly.
Huh. Well, if you're a strong person, why are you wearing the armor?
Because you got to limit yourself, and it's part of a training regimen. So you wear the armor, and you still fight people and beat them up. But because you're wearing the armor, it's basically saying you don't challenge me enough to actually use my full power, so I'm going to weigh myself down and still beat you.
Oh. It's like a taunt.
Exactly.
Little blue girl's being BM just by playing.
Typically, you don't tell your opponent, though, and you just suddenly take the armor off, and they're like, holy moly, he's actually shredded, and there's no way I can contest.
All right. There's no wonky starts, so you have to talk about something.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's where I'm at. We're just hanging out until the game gets going.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But top lane, there could be something going on.
Yeah, maybe. If my... Wait, hold on. Direct the camera.
Maybe.
All right, here we are. The face check into the brush. The blue girl. Horseman 4 standing there. Seeing if they can't find something. Oh, man, that is not the move you want to start in this scenario. So I guess La Blue Girl already had it locked in. La Blue Girl now going to be starting the game at half life. Forced to pop a potion immediately. And with no mana sustain out of the a corrupting potion, they're just forced to kind of hang out and hope they can land some Qs. The first of which that does connect them.
Another thing that's really weird is this Rek'Sai start, because what he did was he went to his Raptors, got all the baby ones, and then the leash from the bot lane started the red buff, and then Rek'Sai went over to the red buff, smited it, so now he's like level 3 already after Krug. So it's a little bit of a cheese start. So what he could do here is finish up his Krugs completely, and then maybe even go to the bot lane to try and get his Caitlyn snowballing. Even if he just can get like a flash or something. But it looks like the level 2 advantage is going in right now.
Yep. Looks like Iris Zero and Leona Del Bay just trying to get in for some damage. Good knockout out of the Sandwalker. The immediate exhaust out onto Hey K. The Sandwalker throws down no summoner of their own, so they choose to not extend that fight at all. Top lane, Horseman 4 doing a fantastic job of getting in these trades against La Blue Girl and really extending that health lead even more.
Yeah, you also saw how Lee Sin kind of defaulted mid lane. Wait a minute, a lot of damage. Even in the bot lane, it looks like this is crap.
Yep, huge damage coming out of this Fizz. Hackney 24 going in against Corn the Cat, but bot lane, Hey K is now trying to finish off Iris Zero. A lot of Ren stacks there, but not enough to finish the kill. Looks like Sandwalker might be in a little bit of trouble as well. Under turret, Hackney walks forward. The root's actually what killed him on that one. Over the wall goes the Sandwalker. Red buff combined with the underground Q from Rek'Sai will not be enough damage.
That was an insane fight all across the board. A very, very nice start coming out of Squid's wards, where they have a kill onto their Caitlyn, the snowballing AEC, and you also have a kill onto the Ryze. Now the thing is, can Ryze use this lead to his advantage? He really needs to get around, he really needs to just farm up in this lane in order to try and do something in the mid to late game when Ryze really does scale up. It looks like Rek'Sai is also going again into the mid lane, maybe to try and gank this Fizz. Not really gonna work out though.
Yeah, trying to see if they can't get something there. Fizz just gonna playful trickster out of that one back towards the turret. Top lane, we saw a fantastic soul pull out of La Blue Girl towards Horseman 4, and that's really what's equalized this lane up. Early back as well for the blue girl means that they were able to get some more potions and really heal up. Closing in for the kill onto Horseman 4 is the blue girl, but a little bit of an early W means that they don't get the Tentacle Slam as well. Do Tentacle Slams countered completely by that one riposte, but it's going to be the ranged minion that ends up picking up the last hit on that kill.
Yeah, it was a really nice fight by the blue girl, but the thing is that Fiora had enough things to heal up and then just avoid the tentacles overall. But the thing is, finally, after enough auto attacks and after enough abilities, finally Alawi gets a kill. Rek'Sai's trying to get around here in this early game to maybe try and do something. He can't really find it though.
Yeah, nothing there quite yet. Bottom lane, Heike with that one death, still able to push in the likes of Iris Zero, even sitting on that additional pickaxe here. So a lot of pressure once again thrown down by the Sandwalker and Heike, who, though having their picks taken away or banned out, they're still able to throw down a lot of presence in this lane just thanks to their synergy.
Oh yeah, like just overall, the synergy on both sides, it looks like it can be there. We saw last game how Heike and the Sandwalker had beautiful synergy with the Braum and the Caitlyn. But in this game, Iris Zero kind of has the lead. But last game, what we saw was Heike and the Sandwalker kind of almost losing the early game. But it also looks like Lee Sin's down here.
Yeah, bottom lane, Dullahan going in against Leona Del Bay. He'd already used the Q, though, so he might end up putting himself in some danger. Shield actually helps keep him alive. Then the flash forward from Zyra. Actually, an overcommittal here. They're going to trade the kill back. It's the Sandwalker who last hits it. You kidding me? Give that one? Never mind, it doesn't matter. They end up picking up the kill on the Zyra there, and it's going to help them out in this bottom lane just a bit.
Yeah, I have a couple of friends that love to play the Kalista, but the thing is, they tell me the one weakness of Kalista is that you need to get a couple of kills on her in the early game in order to really start to get going. That was her opportunity to get a kill. Thing is, a little bit of miscommunication there, but you'll see Corn the Cat is in the bot lane waiting for something like this.
Yeah, Corn the Cat shows up, just TPing back behind the Sandwalker. He roots him up immediately, tries to pass the kill to Iris Zero, but Iris says, no thanks, you can have that one yourself.
You really do need to give the kill over to the better, almost kind of like the better player in some senses. So you see that Corn the Cat, he has a little bit of a lead, but in the top lane it looks like
this is not a fight they want, actually. Forced to flash away immediately, regretting that engagement. Middle or bottom lane, Corn the Cat finds a Hackney in the jungle. Top lane, it looks like the blue girl's going very low. Q underground over the wall to finish off that last hit.
The snipe coming out from the Rek'Sai is exactly what she needed in order to get the kill. But now you have the Alawi out of the lane, and now it basically gives Fiora full lane presence here. She's already a couple, or just 10 or 11 CS up on her opponent, and she also has the lane presence. So she's gonna scale to be a beast, and I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, Fiora, we've seen her many weeks just take over entire matches, usually against a very large tank like Galio or Nautilus, but this time, the Blue Girl's Alawi is the next target for the Fiora grinder. We see this champion go absolutely crazy once they get ahead. A little bit of an invade here from Eat My Apples, but not going to quite really get anything done as Dullahan spots him out before they can take away that Raptor camp.
But yeah. It's almost just kind of like a default now. Going back into the jungle. The jungler's going to go back into the jungle. Just try and farm up a couple of camps and then try and do something. It's just kind of like the early game phase when you are an early game jungler, where you can't really get too caught up with ganking or else you fall behind a little bit. But then again, you have the catch up XP gold. But right now, when the laners are both resetting, you just want to farm up. Just want to relax. Rek'Sai is going to go get the red buff and then maybe try and look for something in the bot lane. The summoners from both of the bot lanes are there, so I think Rek'Sai needs to just be aware of what she can go for.
Bottom lane, once again, Heike and the Sandwalker pushing in fairly aggressively. Q from Horseman 4 does not connect onto that vital, so little blue girl gets to hold down a little bit more of their HP. Ward coverage in the river just to make sure they do not get ganked. But speaking of ganks, Eat My Apples is showing up in this bottom lane, really trying to scout out an into the lane. Soul Pull on the top lane, though, is Horseman 4. But mid lane is where the real aggression is. Corn the Cat kicked back, flashed on by Hackney as they hit him with the Playful and then the Trickster.
That was really good. Coming out of Fizz here in this mid lane, as well as the jungler just coming in and just, I guess, securing the kill in that sense. It doesn't matter how many flashes they use. They got the kill onto the Rise, but now you really do need to look. What are they going to get off of this one kill in the mid lane? It's reaching that 10-minute mark. If they can maybe get a tower, if they can maybe even get a dragon at this point, it could be really good. So they tried to get the tower, but they couldn't do it. It looks like Lee Sin is roaming towards that bot lane in that sense. So maybe he's going to try and do something versus that Caitlyn Zyra, or he can maybe even try and go for a dragon, or just go back into his own jungle.
And that play in mid lane, it looked like Hackney wanted to go aggressive against Eat My Apples, knowing that they were able to drop that turret aggro, but without Dullahan on the same page, they had to kind of give up that play. So safe play is going to be what they choose to do and farm that one out as top lane, LeBlue Girl, and Horseman 4 just kind of really gets ready to throw down the gauntlet. Bottom lane, though, Hey K combined with the Sandwalker go aggressive. They get caught under turret a little bit there. They dash back into the Iris Zero, Piltover Peacemaker, and end up going down, even though they were the aggressors.
Yeah, like, it was just a very, very forced fight. Like, this whole entire time, they've just been very passive, but now in the top lane, look.
Oh my goodness. God. That's the Alawi that I love to see, my boy. Ends up slapping the mess out of him and just completely turning him into a mush. Oh my god.
It was just like tentacles were just flopping everywhere.
Yeah, it's like after that play, you imagine Alawi bends down with the spatula, flips over the mashed up Fiora onto a grill, cooks him up, puts him between two buns, gets some cheese and some onion, some bacon in there, eats him right up for 300 gold.
That's graphic.
Yeah, I know.
I'm thinking about that.
You're like, hold on, this is a kid's show.
What the heck? We're going PG-13 now. Okay. Okay, I like it. But yeah, just the Alawi damage. I didn't expect that. I was like, okay, so there's going to be a very close fight because Fiora, she's going to proc up a lot of the vitals, but Alawi's like, are you kidding me right now? And he just started whapping everything. That was cool. I like that.
Top lane looks like we got another fight. Sidestep with that soul pool, though, means that this is a much more even trade. And Horseman 4 gets a good amount of health out of LeBlue Girl there.
Yeah, that was really a good amount, like you said, a good amount of health that got taken out, and we're starting to see this trade almost kind of progress for this skill matchup. So I think that if Alawi can get off her damage and just land everything, then I think that she can beat this Fiora like she did in that last fight. But if the Fiora can parry the right things, if she can dodge, if she can slide and get all the correct vitals, then I think that she can win these fights. So it's all about, I don't want to say it's all about RNG, but there's a fight towards the top.
Oh my goodness, LeBlue Girl, the next target. They still don't want this fight. I don't know why you would ever go in for that 2v1. Good dodge, keeps LeBlue Girl alive, offers the vital though, and I think that Horseman 4 can win this 1v1. Yes, the grand challenge gets thrown down, and Fiora with the double kill this time, able to time that engagement properly.
Very nice auto attack cancel coming out of this Fiora there in that top lane where she auto attack and then proc the vital with the Q. But now we're starting to see a re-engagement by this Caitlyn.
Oh my goodness, bottom lane Corn the Cat shows up in the right place at the right time to pick up the kill onto Hey K, and now it's Hackney who's got to get out of this one. Rise ultimate thrown down to teleport the team, and now they're able to get some more damage onto Hackney here. He's got a good corner to playful Trickster around, and that's going to be all he needs to create the distance to escape.
I don't like how slippery Fizz is, man. That's so annoying. When you're facing like that. It's like, all right, I'm going to use my Rise ultimate. I have a beautiful angle, and Fizz is just like, you thought, buddy. And then you just ease out.
Yeah, it turns the other way and goes, it's on a 3-second cooldown. I'll see you later.
But yeah. Also, first tower of the game going over to this Fiora. So she has 2 kills. She has the Executioner's Calling to face up against the healing of Lee Sin and the Alawi. But then she also has the 650 gold that she's going to be going back to base and just getting Ninja Tab by. So, very nice lead coming out for this Fiora.
Tabby's Kindle Gem, no? Tabby's Phage, there we go. We're looking for that additional mobility to try to stay on the targets. Once again, the last patch removed some of the inherent movement speed that you get when you're near your grand challenge targets. So the additional mobility out of Phage and Boots will help with that. AK chunked up by Leona Del Bay. Leona actually maybe didn't even see this engage coming through here. Eat My Apples assists with a kill. Wait, what? Hackman's didn't connect onto Leona Del Bay there. Good knockup is going to create the space that Ira0 needs to operate, but the rest of the team from Tic Tac Tilt coming in, it's going to be a hard press situation for them. Top lane, LeBlue Girl taking down that Spirit. Bottom lane, the Charm actually keeps Doulahan alive for just a little bit longer, and that's all they needed to walk out of that situation.
I'm trying to replay and see if the fish actually hit. No, it didn't. Never mind. Okay, so what happened there was just go to live time. Okay, yeah, what happened there is that it didn't hit, but Zyro walked over it. So like it was a missed fish, and then Zyro walks over it. So it looked like it should have attached onto her, but it didn't.
Well, didn't it used to like pick up onto the person? Did they remove? I thought they removed, like, reduced the range. They didn't like remove that functionality completely.
Yeah.
Like that looked like it should have just like latched on.
Yeah, it should have latched on, but it didn't.
Yeah, wait, hold on. Wait. That's not cool.
I'm pretty sure the mechanic should have been that she walks over the fish and then she picks it up.
Yeah.
Because she walked right over the center of it. That's the thing.
Wait.
But it didn't.
Right, come on, man. The spaghetti code.
Doing?
Oh,
They're
wait.
Slacking.
Over the wall goes Eat My Apple, seeing that they can't pick up a quick something off of Hackney, but Hackney just says, screw you, get off me. Last fish didn't latch, but this one's directly on your face. Absolutely obliterates him.
I don't know why, but I always found that combo really cool. Where, like, is it like mid-Q you can launch your fish? Or is it like you fish and then Q?
I think you fish and then Q. Either that or you just hit it point blank after the Q.
Regardless. I like the animation for some reason. I don't know why. It gets me going, but anyway. It was a really nice pick. Going out of the Fizz onto the Rek'Sai. You really did need to do that at some point. Because Rek'Sai, he's getting around to these other lanes. And it's really getting annoying as this early to mid-game type jungler. So once you have this damage as Fizz, once you have your Prova and you have your Sheen, you want to do something like that. And finally, Fizz is now snowballing into this beast. He's not going to be missing any more fishes, hopefully. There you go.
And yeah, hopefully, you know, no more fishes miss, and then he'll be golden for the rest of the game. Step forward, the lucky crit there on Hey with that single auto attack from Ira0. Top lane, though, good fight from LeBlue Girl. LeBlue trying to stay near that tentacle for the additional damage. Root down onto Hackney. The movement speed from Rise is huge as Rek'Sai comes out and just leaps him down. Doulahan, the next target here, able to sidestep one of Rise's Qs, but he says, I got a ton of them. There's more where that came from. Oh my goodness. Once again, Horseman Force slapped down, turned into a puddle from LeBlue Girl.
I love just like the animation of the tentacle. It's just like, you thought you were gonna go.
Not today, son. Boom.
Yeah. Yeah. But overall, a 2-for-1 trade. Pretty worth for Squid's wards, but the thing is, you're getting the Alawi ahead. So it's like, all right, you killed the jungler, you killed the... Whoa, there's a fight.
Oh my goodness, that was a very aggressive flash from Hey. Didn't even give Sandwalker a chance to get in there. Just flashed just directly on their face. Oh my goodness.
He's like, I'm sick of your stuff, and then he just flashes in. But the thing is, when you don't have your support out there, it turns into this.
Yep, knock-up going down here. It looks like the Sandwalker's not able to get out thanks to the red buff application. Q from Lee Sin does land onto the likes of Eat My Apples, but no committal there as it's a 5-man push now for Squid's wards on the bottom lane.
Yeah, and you really do need to look for these prioritization style plays where you're like, okay, so now it's 17 minutes into the game. We need to make something happen somewhere. You see that the enemy bot lane made a mistake. So you immediately rush down there with all 5 members and you want to look for a fight.
Yeah, looks like Horseman 4 able to pick up Hey very easily there. That movement speed doing work for them, and that's why they removed that movement speed from the ultimate. I mean, look at how much she's just skating around these fights still.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I like it when I see that. It's when like just Fioras are just like, I'm just gonna go here, now I'm gonna go there, now I'm gonna go right.
No, I hate that mess, dude, because I'm the one who's
gotta,
I have to face them, so they're just they're everywhere at all points in time. Hackney getting caught out here a little bit. Root does connect. Auto attack not gonna finish off the kill, but once again, the dodgeball out of Core and the Cat able to finish off that one.
Yeah. Pretty nice. No, not really a nice engage. I was gonna say a nice engage by Fizz, but then he just died. So.
Yeah.
Not a nice engage by Fizz. I think he also missed. No, he still has his shark. I thought he used it in the bot lane. No, he didn't. But I also. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. Pull in there from Alawi. Getting the slowdown in Ira 0. Bottom lane, Hey K under a bit of trouble. Oh my goodness, the attack speed slow. Just yeah, obliterates.
Oh wait, is
play.
it the E that does that?
Yeah, if you don't land the riposte on a CC and it still hits somebody, it slows their attack speed by like 50%.
Why?
I don't know why it exists, dude. Riot said we need to give these guys something more. And I was like, but everything else is already so good. Why?
Yeah. It's also like the new champion Kayn, where you have when you go into a wall, it heals you. So it's like, wait, why does it heal?
Yeah, I mean, his wave clear, his jungle clears are already pretty crisp. He's got so much AoE, and then they were like, oh yeah, you can also just heal for like a 150. You just step into this thing for even half a second. It's like, well, why not over time while you're in the wall? Nah, just like make contact with,
just instantly
touch it with your hand a little bit, and then come back.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
But new dragon now spawned, 16-9. But now finally the Ocean Dragon spawned. It's pretty good for this team just because of the amount of engage that Tic Tac Tilt has. So that even if they engage and they try and burst one target down and they somehow live, the Ocean Dragon will be there to heal that one person up. Even though it's a little bit of a healing, it can still make the whole difference.
It's very true. Also, it plays to their team comp because they've got that siege. Ira 0 on the long range Caitlyn means that they can extend the turret pressure a little bit more. Probably would have liked to have something like a Soraka or a Sona or a Nami that could help them heal that one up. But regardless, they've got the Zyra. And though it offers no healing potential, you know what? The poke will equalize.
Yep. We actually saw that earlier, where the Zyra output enough damage to actually make an impact in the lane. Or not in the lane, or in the team fight. So I think that when you have enough healing, when you have enough fight, it looks like they're trying to collapse on this top lane.
Ooh, once again, they're trying to go for this Alawi. It's never something that you want to do. Fiora is pretty strong. Soulpool comes through, claps this Fiora down into the dirt, and now Rise is the next target. The only one to get low there is those who ganked. Alawi comes out at almost full HP. You don't want to gank this Alawi, my man.
Yeah. No, like when you are Squid's Wards, you're looking at this game and you need to say, we need to Travels 5. You have this beautiful lead. It was 16-9. You had this gold lead. You just want to rotate with your lead. You don't want to go 2v2 versus an Alawi. That's not what you want to do. You saw that in the laning phase, how Alawi can just 100-0 somebody. You don't want that to happen again. You just put more people into the top lane. You put all 5 members into the top lane, gank the Alawi, and that's one person caught. But they wanted a 2v2. And the result of that, you just saw it, was a double kill.
Yep. Once again, too much strength. Alawi sitting on 30% cooldown reduction as well means that that ultimate is always up. It's just going to be available, and you have to accept that fact. Because honestly, if that ultimate was
up again?
Yeah, if it was any longer than that, though, think about what that champion does if that ultimate is not literally nothing whatsoever. So it's got to be available. No CC, no reliable gap close. It's a hard one to play if you're not ahead.
It's a noob killer, man.
Yeah, man.
It's like like in the early game, she has decent damage, but once she gets level 6, that's when just tentacles start flopping everywhere, and it's just
the damage. Actually, the damage is pretty ridiculous all the time. It's just that once you get to this stage and people are like, you know what, I choose to not engage on you. You go, wait, come back, hold on, I do a lot of damage, and you're like, yeah, that's exactly why I just don't want to interact with you. I'm gonna have my Zyra snare you up and then take you down half life. Yeah,
the only gap close that she has is the E, which is like the turtle moving tentacle.
Yeah.
But starting Baron is going to be interesting.
A lot of pressure was available on that bottom side of the map, and LaBlue Girl burns the TP to get to this Baron buff and assist with this rush. It's only at half life, though. It's taking a long time. They do have the Rend available on HK to finish this thing off, but it's the Zyra support who gets in there first. Leona Del Big goes and gets the Fizz ultimate put on them, but it's actually the Baron pickup from the support here from Squid's Wards. There's so much stuff going on. HK is just hesitant to auto attack, though. They don't know where they're supposed to be going. They finally get the ultimate down. They finally get the kill down, I'm sorry, on Rakan. HK forced to flash out over that wall. But yeah, it's Squid's Wards who end up taking away that Baron buff, as Tic Tac Tilt just did not have the damage they needed to finish off that thing. There's just not enough items available on their AD carry.
Yeah, see, the thing is that when you don't give an early kill to your ADC, this is exactly what happens, where she's sitting 0-5 and 5. It's a utility aggressive ADC. You don't want your Kalista to be utility. You want her to be full damage. But when you're doing a Baron, the rend, I'm guessing, wasn't available there, or she rendered at the wrong time, she kind of panicked, then it's just not a good fight overall. And you saw right at the end of the fight, even though Kalista got the max amount of peel, she still could not output that damage. And right when they killed every other target but the Kalista, that's when they just killed her.
Oh my goodness. Fish down into Leona Del Bay. And they're actually able to peel that Fizz away and keep their support alive. Support having that Rylai's Crystal Scepter gives just enough HP to survive that engagement.
I was going to say, if you just look at Zyra's items, then she's like a tanky damage support. Whoa. The blue guard got kind of scared there.
Yep. A little bit afraid of this potential damage. Good damage coming out in return, though. Little blue girl able to get quite a bit of health back from pulling the soul out. And with Ryze not respecting the damage that's occurring, he goes down to half life. Now the rest of the team's got to do some dodging.
Yeah, but we also kind of had to look at this game and say, like, what kind of stage is it at? Because it's very back and forth. Where at one point the blue team gets ahead off of something, and then Tic Tac Tilt just comes back and they just get a couple of kills, and now all of a sudden they're back into this game. But now it's really at that point where at least it might get picked off.
Ooh, Dullahan over the wall. Plenty of bodies there to block that ace in the hole, but regardless, forcing the Lee Sin back to base opens up a little bit of a window for them to take down this mid lane inner turret. Once again, that short-range composition really being reliant on their ultimate cooldowns to make the plays happen.
Yeah, the plays really do need to happen. Here in the top lane, it looks like they're trying to go for something.
Yep, Tanaka from Eat My Apples onto Little Blue Girl. They're able to burst him out before he's able to get a single W down. 3 tentacles there would have healed him up quite substantially and maybe allowed him to have enough time to get the rest of the team there, but regardless, didn't happen. And now, Squid's wards continue the pressure.
Yeah, they continue the pressure here in the top lane, and they can continue this pressure just because of how ahead their team is overall. Also, the long range of Caitlyn just smacking away at those towers. You can also see that they do have that Infernal Dragon, so it's applying just a little bit more damage off of their base damage. But now you have the... well, wait. Could be a pick.
It definitely could. Iris Zero able to move away, kick back into the rest of the team. They pick up Iris early. The ultimate from Zyra stops HeyK from being able to do damage for quite a bit of time in this fight. Dullahan to take out Eat My Apples. Now the rest of the team going down as well. Bottom side of the map, Corrin the cat wasn't with the group. He was down on the bottom side of the map, split pushing. That feels like something that Horseman 4 should be doing.
Yeah, it really does. Just because of how much of a teamfight presence he could have had in that fight. Also, he has that disengage ability with his ultimate. So if they did get engaged on there, all they really had to do was group inside of the Ryze ultimate and get the heck out of there. But the thing is, Ryze is pushing in the bot lane, which is exactly what the Fiora could do 10 times better. Just because she can use her E on tower. Plus, if somebody comes to try and contest her, then she can just burst somebody in about 2 seconds. But the Ryze in the bot lane was enough to get 1 tower, and I was gonna say that Tic Tac Tilt needed to get something on this map off of that, and they just got a Wind Dragon. It helps with the rotational play because they're gonna be sitting in their base for a couple of minutes, and they need to get from top lane to bot lane, let's just say, in a matter of just 2 seconds. I think Wind Dragon can do that pretty well.
Yeah, not only that, but we're talking about how these guys are so ultimate reliant. Any movement speed that they can pick up really helps them get to the enemy team for an engagement as well. So really helps with that reaction time. If they really need to go aggressive, they still do have a decent amount of damage. The Blue Girl is incredibly strong in this game. So if they can get the Alawi into a position to really get some good tentacle hits on the enemy team, they definitely can win it. It's just a matter of getting there. The Blue Girl rooted up, gets a soul pull, throws down the ultimate immediately, only gets 1 tentacle out of it, but it's still enough to dissuade the enemy team. Hackney picks up the kill on the Caitlyn immediately, starts looking for Leona Del Bay, rooted up just a bit, but the greed from the auto attacks from Leona ends up getting them killed still. Q from underground from Eat My Apples picks up Doulahan, but now he's under chase by HeyK, who just does not have the attack speed to finish off the kill here. Fiora in the back line, though, finds the flank, able to get a dash down to the minions to reset the dash cooldown timer. Oh my goodness, Riposte actually negates a huge amount of damage from the Fizz. LeBlue Girl, the next target for Fiora, but on the back end, Corin the Cat finishes up Hackney. Now it's almost the entire team, the entire team of Tic Tac Tilt going down. Is that the game?
They have 1 second on Rakan. Now he's up. He can't really defend on his own, but then you also have Lee Sin coming up in about 9 seconds. If Rakan does not get picked off here, then they can maybe defend the base. But other than that, I don't know. Wait, they teleported with no minions. Oh,
yeah.
I saw what he tried to do there.
Yeah.
But he didn't pick up any minions.
Yeah, unlucky.
That's so sad. Unlucky.
It was almost clean, though. I was going to be like,
ooh. It was. We saw that in LCS with Bjergsen. He did a couple of those plays. That was really cool, where he teleported like all of the minions. Anyway.
Horseman 4 top lane, trying to see if he can't win this 2v1. The execute damage isn't enough to take him down. Grand challenge is a bit okay. Never mind. I was gonna say, HeyK swooped in to finish that one off. It was about to take a terrible turn. Yeah. I felt it, man.
I love how like you switched the tone of your voice. It was just like it was very, very normal, and all of a sudden it got really big. And
well, yeah, it's because there was no way he won that fight unless he found a way to spawn more vitals. Then he threw down Grand Challenge, and I'm like, hold on, he can win this if he procs these.
Yeah, but now Baron's coming up, and it looks like voice crack. But it looks like Squid's wards are trying to go for that. But this could be maybe their throw.
Yeah, very true. We saw before someone went for the Baron. Tic Tac Tilt went for the Baron, and it doomed them. It doomed them for that Baron play through this game in the gutter.
That was the whole thing.
Yeah, anyone going for Baron here is a rough time.
Fizz was positive at the beginning of that. Lee Sin was also, and then you had LeBlue Girl who was sitting just like 8 kills or 7 kills and just like 2 deaths. But then off of that one Baron play, Tic Tac Tilt continued to try and play like they were on the aggressing end, which just did not result in a good thing.
Yeah, definitely true. Some vision clearing going down from Corin the Cat as Squid's wards just try to maintain control of the area, zone out the enemy as much as possible. I think they're trying to let this top lane wave push in just a little bit more as well, but they may need to assist it with a little bit of manual damage application. Over the wall goes the Sandwalker, and into the grave goes Sandwalker as he gets extremely greedy for some ward clearing. He says, you know what, friends? I'll just sneak in. They'll never see me coming. Hold on. I'm actively clearing out vision, so they definitely know I'm here.
Guys, I'm going in. And now I'm dead. I'm just dead, guy. I don't know what happened. It was just... But yeah, like, off of that one pick, though, they don't go for the Baron. They don't go for the throw, because versus a Lee Sin, it's very hard to take Baron. So they immediately rotate into the mid lane. A little bit of pressure there, but then they also notice that bot lane there's an open inhibitor. So you don't even need minions for that. You can just go bot lane, get the inhibitor, and then back off. All of a sudden, you have pressure in the top lane, pressure in the bot lane. Looks like Lee Sin wants to go for a pick.
Ooh, they end up kicking out the Rise the wrong way, though. Ultimate from Malawi is going to do some decent damage. Horseman 4 not able to connect onto HeyK, but the one attack speed slow almost dooms him immediately. It's good that LeBlue Girl turned to assist there. Root down onto Malawi. The shield comes out just in time to keep them alive. Eat My Apples is trying to find the kill. Can't quite find it thanks to the healing. Good knock up there onto Rek'Sai.
Kalista.
And this fight's actually resolving quite well here. HeyK needs to rend. It still wasn't enough, really? Okay, well, I guess rend isn't as strong as I assumed, but either way, they end up finishing off the kill. The last men standing to be HeyK, Doulahan, and LeBlue Girl.
And that's the problem with Kalista, where even though you have so many spears in the opponent, don't do any damage. So your main objective is to put spears into the opponent, but then it just doesn't deal any damage. So it's like, it's almost kind of this situation where you don't really have a useless ADC, because she's not useless. She threw Rakan into that fight, got him in there, he charmed up a couple of people, he CC'd enough in order to get this advantage. But now you see that Kalista, Lee Sin, Alawi, and Fizz are going for this Baron. Hopefully they can take it this time without getting aced, and it looks like they are.
Yeah, no problem for them. Once again, they won that huge team fight, took out all the enemy lives, and so that's the perfect window for them to pick up that Baron buff. Not only that, but that helps put them back in the game. They're still sitting 4.5k gold behind at the 33-minute mark here, but this will allow them to have just a little bit more stability.
Yeah, and before the fight started, I believe they were like 6K behind. So it's just a little bit of an advantage, little things that can get you back into this game. So they send the Fizz back to defend the base just a little bit better. But then you also have the Squid's Words wanting to get something from that Baron. So they block off this Dragon. So now they're going to have 2 Infernal Dragons, which can give them a little bit more of an advantage. But if they pick somebody off, that could be pretty good. It looks like Rise Ultimate is going to try and pick off this Lee Sin or maybe even someone else.
Okay, I see what they're doing now. I was going to say they forgot Rise. He didn't get in the car.
Nope.
But either way, he's just going to find out Dullahan here, let the rest of the team collapse behind and catch out this Lee Sin, who's trying to get through. He's trying to break through, but it's not going to happen here. Horseman 4 says, that's real unfortunate for you. I'm just going to pick up this blue buff and start moving towards this bottom lane inhibitor.
Yeah. I knew that Lee Sin wasn't going to get out, but I knew like the thought process that he had. It was like, I'm going to just Q to the minion, I'm going to ward hop out, but then he got rooted up. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, point and click CC is pretty good in this game.
Yeah, man. But now you have the rest of Squidward's pushing this bot lane. They want to get this inhibitor really, really badly. The top lane inhibitor just spawns. Now it kind of gives Tic Tac a little bit of an advantage because they have the Baroned up minions, which makes it harder for Squidwards to siege. But if they can try and find something, maybe a pick, maybe just anything here against Tic Tac, then something could happen. Well, or not Tic Tac, sorry.
Yeah, what is that thing that they're looking for here? You said maybe they can find something, but what are these guys really looking to have if they want to make a true comeback?
Right, they're looking for something like this, where you have to have the Fizz ult onto somebody, even the Rakan get into the fight.
Oh my goodness, that plant on the back end, able to pick off the Fizz and the tail end. Hey, K able to get in. This might be the time for this this AD carry to shine. So much damage coming back from Corrin the Cat as he reaches into a spell book and literally throws out whatever he has there. He says, this one spawns a cupcake. I don't know, just use it. Ends up going down, even in all of his desperation.
And finally, at 35 minutes, it's getting to the point where Kalissa's getting her power spike. She has her attack speed item. She's starting to get another Zeal item, but she has her Bork and she has the lifesteal. So once she gets about 3 or 4 items, that's when she really, really starts to power spike at 35 minutes in the game. If she can get to this point, if she can start outputting the damage, that'd be really good. But it looks like Lee Sin is trying to find a pick onto Fiora.
Yeah, Lee Sin going aggressive here, but absolutely, they take out the Blue Girl. Horseman 4 is absolutely huge in this matchup, and this is what we always see with these Fiora players. Is it gets to this later stage in the game and you start wondering, wait, how does this champion exist?
Yeah. It's just, you kick the Fiora into the Alawi. Now you have to think what Alawi is right now, and she's just a tank. Even if she uses her ultimate, it's not enough healing to cut through a Fiora with that can just burst you down and also has an execution installed.
Yeah, fantastic for negating that healing and so much cooldown reduction to just keep the dashes going. But once again, this game is still not quite over. There's huge advantages available for Squid's wards, but with the amount of pressure that Tic Tac Tilt still has on some of their members, mainly La Blue Girl and Hackney, they're making it very difficult to close out this game without direct confrontation. So hopefully Tic Tac Tilt can find that engage with the fish that they're looking for and claw their way back in, but right now it's very hard pressed.
It looks like there's a lot of miscommunication going on between both of these teams. Just shot calling in general is just not both of these teams are just strong points. Because we've seen on multiple occasions that Squidwards will get this lead that they have and then they'll throw it. But then the same thing goes for Tic Tac Tilt. Well, where they'll have a lead, they'll get the Baron, they'll get maybe a pick somewhere, but then they're just like, I'm gonna 1v3.
Yeah.
All goes to crap. So like, I think that both of these teams just need to just be on the same page for one play. And the one play that both of these teams are looking for is either the Elder Dragon or the Baron, or maybe even just a group as 5 fight. Just something that you can do as a team in order to try and progress this game.
I kind of like the idea of Tic Tac Tilt just denying vision in their own jungle, and then the second that Squid's wards walk past some random brush, just hit him with the Fnatic play, you know? They catch him on some random bush, probably the one by Blue Buff, because look at how often these guys walk past that brush, stack everyone in there as 5, and then just kill them all in one shot, because let's be honest, the AoE that's available for Squid's wards is not that great.
Yeah, and what you just said just happened. What happened was they one by one walked into the bush and then walked out of the bush and just wrapped around.
Yeah, like
so just for no reason at all. They're just like, I'm gonna.
This bush makes me feel safe, so I'm just gonna hang out in there. Oh Jesus, there's 5 people in it. It's down.
That's it.
Game over.
Get out of it. But it looks like they're trying to go for a bush play. They have that idea in mind. They just can't execute it.
Yeah, they're really being dragged around by the pressure that's occurring from Squid's wards wave pushing, so it's difficult for them to actually step out of the base in a reliable way. So once they can make their way up, maybe this is their moment. The pressure has eased up as Corin the Cat and the rest of Squid's wards wanted to get some resources, get their blue buff and things like that, start moving towards this dragon. If they can catch these guys out in a rotation, they definitely can come back in the game here. It's just all about getting themselves in that position.
Yeah, for the longest time, we've seen that Tic Tac has been in their base just clearing minions over and over again. Even though they have all 3 inhibitors up, they've just been in the base, they've been relaxing, they've been getting the minions. All of a sudden, they're trying to go for something aggressive, but now you have to look at what objectives are coming up. We have 30 seconds on the Elder Dragon, which is humongous for both of these teams, but then you also have the Baron coming up in 54. So what are these teams going to prioritize over the other? Because 30 seconds is kind of a long time when you're at this point in the game. Or yeah, it's a long time when you're at this point in the game, because you can kill the Elder Dragon in about 10 seconds, and then you can rotate over to the Baron where it will just spawn. So that plan is very, very available for Squid wards. We're just gonna have to see what happens.
TP being channeled here by Alawi to join the rest of the team. Eat my apples over the wall as Dullahan does land the Sonic Wave onto this Rek'Sai. Once again, these guys are just bolstering up. Look at the fortress that they've created with these Caitlyn traps, just trying to ward off the enemy, you know, and see if they can't get this thing picked up. Oh my goodness, they're going for the Bjergsen play here, but they're making it so obvious. They're too obvious. The recalls are coming through, and they're not channeling the Ryze ultimate. They're just walking in.
Yeah, they're just gonna. Wait, they're gonna walk into the enemy base. This is gonna cause a fight.
Well, definitely. Ryze ultimate being channeled now as they actually TP. Wait, what is happening?
No way.
What is going on? No. All right, so for some reason, Ryze channeled ultimate out of there and split up his team. Horseman 4 is still able to pick up a kill here on the back end, but ends up going down. They do take away the enemy 80 carry, but they trade 1 for 2 needlessly.
Okay, so Ryze ulted himself and Caitlyn out of the fight completely. He needed to be in the fight, but then he's just like, I'm just gonna leave. So he he just didn't want to be there, dude. But now we see that Alawi and Rakan are trying to get into here, but Smite's available. Elder Dragon.
All right, put away your party hats, boys. The fiesta is coming on too strong.
How did it work?
We had thoughtful play coming out for a bit there. I thought they were gonna definitely Ryze ulti in and get the inhibitor and then like just walk away, because the only way for the enemy team to catch up is to recall. So you're not gonna meet them on the way out. But either way, they walk in, they try to ulti out, and it's a whole like they get. I'm in the Twilight Zone right now, man.
Dude, I've seen better plays in gold.
Oh no, come on, don't put it like that. No, don't put a label on it like that.
Jeez, platinums are now silver. We're all on the same one.
Oh no. It turns out we just spray painted our badge with a little bit of green paint, and we're like, that looks right. Yeah, there we go. I'm platinum now.
Yeah. But now Squid's Wars has an Elder Dragon.
No, that's like a bunch of silvers in art class, and you're like, let me see yours. What's yours? Like, oh yeah, that's pretty good, dude. I'm gonna try that too. Yeah, hey, nice. Yeah, we're platinums now.
I want to be like you.
Yeah, hey, look. Oh, they're all putting green paint on their silver badges. Nice.
Baron's gone.
Yeah.
Guys, Baron's gone.
Hey, this just in. Baron has perished.
Yeah. That's just in. But now you have. I don't even want.
Why do they keep inviting us back, man? We're ridiculous, dude.
It's just like we go to like the main people of Ascension.
Oh
like,
wait, the Fnatic brush, dude. They're doing it. Oh, they checked it with the Ryze kid.
That was it. They wanted to, but they're like, wait a minute, Baron and Elder. No, no. Yeah. But where is she TPing to? Oh, TPing to where? Get minions and walk in, dude.
Oh, man. All right, here we go. Baron buff is up. These guys have the long range of Caitlyn. They've got the support Zyra, who's got Magic Pin, Leandri's Torment, Rylai's Crystal Scepter, all the things you want to see on your support character. All right, flash in from Rek'Sai for the knockup. Wait, this is a fantastic Alawi ultimate. This is good damage out of the Fizz, but hey, K is down too early. This should be a fairly easy cleanup for Squid's wards.
We're going to game 3.
Goes golden for a little bit.
Let's
oh
go.
my goodness.
It looked
I couldn't
promising
even
at the start of that fight.
I couldn't even cast that fight. I've been taken too far out of it by the shenanigans that are coming through. Another Rise ultimate, a harkening back to that one Rise play they had earlier on, where he was.
It's so funny because we're sitting here and we're theory crafting. We're like, this is what they can do. They can use the Rise ultimate to get into the base, but then Rise is just like, I'm ulting out. That's it. I'm going.
It's just like you're at work, right, and your boss is like, all right, we got a client with the biggest order we've ever seen before, and you're like, sick. I'm calling in about 2 weeks of vacation time, and you're like, he's like, wait, come back.
Where are you
I
going?
need you.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on with your analysis, dude.
There's no analysis, man. You just... Okay. I don't even know how it scaled. Oh, no, I know what happened. It was the Baron's play.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah. This whole entire game, this 43-minute bloodbath was all about the one Baron play. That, I don't know who the heck called that. But somebody called the Baron play over on Tic Tac Tilt, and that just threw the whole entire game.
Yeah, it seems like they've really got to work on allocating their resources to the proper locations, because that play would have been perfectly fine if they had more of their gold on their Callista. It's just that the Callista damage at that point was a Zeal and Blade of the Ruin King, and you can't have that low amount of damage on that Baron buff.
Right. So the Hackney Fizz.
Hackney Fizz, what's the verdict, dude? What do you think about it?
What rank is he?
Wait, hold on a second. What's
No,
rank out of
kidding,
18? We watched the game. Come on, man.
I'm kidding. He's good at some points. Like, there's some plays that he makes that it's like, oh my god, he's going in. Oh my god, he's amazing. Then there are some plays where he's like, wait,
he's gonna do it. Hold on, he got point and click snared, and then they just killed him.
And then
Oh well.
That's the main problem with Fizz, man. You have to get into the fight. You don't want to get into the fight as the mid laner. Who wants to do that?
Yeah, exactly. That's why you see Syndra's hold on to their ultimate all the time while I'm desperately fighting for my life. And then I fall over and I go, that sounds too bad. I'm just like, we could have just killed the Malphite if you just used your biggest damage move. And they're like, nah, he's got armor. And I'm like, you're a magic damage character. But I don't have time to type all this out, so it's just me talking to myself. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah. See, and even then, even if you prove somebody wrong in League of Legends, they'll still say shut the heck up. So it's like,
Yes!
it's useless to argue with people. I've come to that conclusion. Even if you put the statistics, you put the facts, they're gonna say shut the heck up. It's like, all right, I'm done here. I'm AFK. No, I'm kidding.
And with that, boys and girls, we're on to game number
Game
3.
3.
Of the
Silver
match.
Scrapes.
Silver. Ooh, I got that on.
Silver Scrapes.
Let me pull up my Silver Scrapes soundtrack, and we'll get it right into the match. Guys, hold on to your hats. Hopefully, it hasn't blown away from that fantastic play last match. But we're gonna be into another special one as these guys get all queued up. See you in a second.
Do it up.